I did do something wrong at the end of the day, and it's something that I do have regret around, and mainly just because I don't want to let Team Canada down. I never want to be that person that's impacting the team in that way.
Good. Push.
Penny Oleksiak isn't in the habit of letting people down, least of all Team Canada.
And Oleksiak has the gold medal!
The 7-time Olympic medalist has been bringing glory to Canada in the pool since 2016, when she captured gold as a 16-year-old. But last month, in a stunning development, Penny was suspended for 2 years by World Aquatics because of what's called whereabouts violations. She had missed 3 random drug tests within a year.
Penny Oleksiak, Canada's most decorated female Olympian, has accepted a ban from competition until 2027. It stems from 3 whereabouts failures.
The space you occupy in the hearts and minds of so many Canadians is huge. What do you think a situation like this, 3 whereabouts, 3 missed tests, how do you think that changes how Canadians might look at you?
I think first and foremost, that I'm sorry that this happened. It wasn't something I ever wanted to happen. It wasn't something I ever expected to happen. It wasn't a plan I had, anything like that. I feel like people still see me for who I am and what I represent in Canada, and I just hope I can keep representing Canada the way that I want to and the way that feels right.
When this all came to light, you posted on Instagram that you have always been a clean athlete. That's always been the way. I will ask you, have you ever taken performance-enhancing drugs?
No, I think it's definitely something that the picture is kind of painted that way because people are a whereabouts violation, which is what happened to me, gets put under automatically an anti-doping violation. I get tested very, very often throughout a season. They show up at your house to do blood work and urine tests and everything. And in between those 3 tests that I missed, I was being tested on various occasions, whether at meets or at home. And no, it's never been me to do performance-enhancing drugs or even think about doing performance-enhancing drugs. I've been always a clean athlete my whole career, and it's something I've always very, very strongly believed in.
Can you shed light on how this whereabouts situation happened?
Dang, how it happened. It's just genuine mistake is really all I can really chalk it up to. But at the same time, yeah, it is frustrating knowing that I have that responsibility and that I wasn't able to uphold it to the standard that I normally would.
Genuine mistake, 3 mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
To what extent are you willing to share and be specific about the 3 times you missed your test, Penny?
I guess it's not as exciting as people would want it to be or expect it to be, but yeah, it's just things so simple. And you have 1 year where you can make 3 mistakes, and that's kind of a long period to have 3 schedule changes.
Athletes like Penny are expected to fill their daily schedules out on an app months in advance.
My current quarter is done.
They designate an hour every day to make themselves available for random drug tests, any day of the year.
You have to fill out every night, essentially where you're sleeping every night, and just be able to have an hour every day that you're going to be where you say you are.
And can you change it on the fly? Is it as easy as that, or?
Ideally, they want you to update it a minimum 24 hours before if you do have something change. I had one time where I just decided to go to training in the morning instead of the afternoon, and then that day they happened to come when I went to training that morning.
And that would be a missed whereabouts?
Yeah, that would be a missed test if I'm not at home.
When did that happen?
That happened February.
What safeguards do you put in place to make sure you don't get that 3rd strike?
Actually, after I had missed my 2nd test, I hadn't had a concrete answer on if it was a missed test or not until after I had missed my third one. So at that point, it was kind of like got both of them at the same time, you know, because there is a bit of a waiting period from when you like have the test to when you have to report about it and tell them like what happened. I just tried to be more diligent with it going into my third one, and I was so good about it until I had some other obligations pop up and just got overwhelmed with what else I was doing and just genuinely totally forgot. Yeah.
What were the circumstances around the third one?
Yeah. The third one was crazily, it was like right after our world trials. I have made a really big point to try and make money outside of just my swimming career and support my swimming career. And so, yeah, I was out doing some like work obligations and woke up one morning a few days after my birthday and I had missed calls and I knew right away what it was.
Are there things you wish you did differently, Penny?
I knew when the day I missed the call, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy path forward. But that's also something I've kind of been used to my whole career, is not taking the easy path.
There are also many people who believe that this is career ending.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like this is the end of your career, Penny.
Definitely when I first got the information, there was a part of me even that was like, should I just call it? You know, is this my sign to just end it here and go find something else to do? I know I have that passion and I know I have that drive. I can just put my head down. I can work with my team. I can work with people to really get to a position I want to be in.
But the suspension has real consequences around who she can train with and even where she can train.
What does training look like? How daunting does this path seem over these 2 years of the suspension?
I'm not allowed to have a coach. I'm not allowed to train with my teammates. I now am just kind of like isolated. It's definitely difficult. But I'm like trying to find little ways around it that is like fulfilling to me.
Where are you able to swim?
You're able to swim in public lane swim, so that's kind of what I do.
You're in a public pool.
Yeah, I just go to public lane swim pools by myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's hard because you don't have your team there, you know, like even though it's such an individualized sport, there's something so special about being able to put in that work with other people and have that like competitive feeling in a training session. Usually I'll like train in the morning, whether that's right now, not so much swimming, but usually
For more than 2 years, she's been living in Los Angeles, sharing a home with other athletes. It's a place that offered her some anonymity to live and train.
I kind of love being in LA.
And when she's not at the gym or the pool, she's busy building her brand as an online influencer.
I painted my nails last night at home. I love how the Miracle Gel needs no UV light and is so easy to apply in just 2 steps. The Miracle Gel.
On the topic of life outside of the pool and having brand deals and having a life outside of all of this, how difficult has that been to navigate?
I do have such a passion for things outside of just swimming, and I think really monetizing my brand and monetizing social media is such a cool opportunity that we have as athletes, but it's also what we have to do, because at the end of the day, swimming isn't a super big sport that's gonna pay you and help you get through it. Yeah, like.
What do you say to people who would question how you've prioritized swimming, that Penny only shows up ahead of the Olympics and trains for 5 months? Or there are people who have said that, Penny.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. But I think To that, I would just say don't believe everything you see on the internet, I guess. My days are literally just training and recovering. I'm constantly in the gym, I'm constantly working out, I'm constantly swimming. For the people that feel like I haven't reached my potential and that I could have done more with my career if I was more focused, like, I just don't know what to say to that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm one of the most decorated Olympians in Canada. Swimming is always my #1 priority.
If you and I were sitting here in a couple of years, what do you see for yourself? I think your suspension ends about a year out from the games. I mean, it's daunting, but this could be yet another incredible comeback in your story.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited for LA. I can't wait for that Olympics. I think it's going to be such a good time, and I think it's going to be like the peak of Canadian swimming is going to be LA 28. We have so much talent coming up and such an exciting team, and I just can't wait to be a part of it.
In terms of your moniker that you developed, Big Race Penny,
Yeah.
you know it.
Yeah.
Does Big Race Penny still have some big races left in her?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm so excited to be able to show Canadians, like, and even the world, where I really am at. I am at the best point in my career while still being at the worst point in my career, essentially, and all I can do is just get stronger, get faster, and that's all I'm really striving towards at this point.